That was one of the best things, is that I wasn't like a licensed therapist. I could say whatever. And the same thing on my YouTube channel. Like everybody's like, what are your credentials? I'm like, bitch, I don't got none. I can say whatever the fuck I want, and you can do whatever you want with that information.
Right.
It is so right. Nice. I am living the dream.
Classy with a K. Good evening, kids. Straight talking Fedora Chick coming at you, and welcome to tonight's video. Is the rewired soul gone for good? Yeah, I know he only said he was taking a break for about a week, but I'm wondering if he is gone for good, or at least for the foreseeable future, like a question of months more than a week. I don't think the two hyenas in the opening clip need any introduction. However, just for etiquette's sake, they are none other than Chris, aka the Rewired Soul, and his mom, one Dr. Carrie Randazzo, a licensed mental health care professional. However, after watching the live stream with Smokey Glow's channel earlier this evening, there appears to be some question as to whether or not she actually is licensed. I guess now that remains to be seen in the future. Somebody's going to find it. As they say, the truth always comes out one way or another. Either way, if Dr. Randazzo is indeed a licensed professional, then that makes her yucking it up with her son all the more reprehensible. The clip came from Gary over at Bipolar Corner's video yesterday. His video will be linked below in the description box, as well as others. I think they just showed their true colors. The jig is up now, and that is why Chris leaves a few drive-by apologies and a hurried series of uploads earlier today. It is reprehensible for anyone laughing at those with mental illness or any other disability for that matter. Chris said he wanted to bring awareness and take out the stigma. Way to go, Chris. Yeah. So it is all the worse when we see Chris, who is working towards certification as an addiction counselor or something along those lines. If the licensing board or whatever committee is decides certification or invigilates his exams or whatever, in his state catches clips like that, and it's not unreasonable to believe they won't. Employers, potential employers, professors, pertinent boards do catch social media activity these days. I did take a seminar about this a few years back when at my old place of work, so it's not outside the realm of possibility that any potential licensing board could see this. So I say good luck with that. That clip is up on other channels as well, much, much bigger than mine. So yeah, it will be seen. And also, it should be noted that Dr. Randazzo, I would hope the licensing board in whatever state she lives in also catches wind of her behavior on camera and her license is revoked, because it seems to be highly unethical laughing it up with her son like that, the way she did. So I sincerely hope her license is revoked, or at least suspended, or she gets reprimanded. It seems to me that this would be a breach of ethics with the licensing board in her state, like I said. It certainly would be most likely in most jurisdictions. I saw Eric's, aka Driven Industries, video this morning, who also had the clip I opened with. I watched him responding to that, as well as telling his own story. It was a heart-wrenching video to watch, but I'm glad I did. Eric, if you hear this, my heart really goes out to you. And I'm sorry for what you're going through or what Chris's video might have done to you. He appeared really shaken and saddened with good reason. I have to wonder how many who follow Chris of the Rewired Soul caught wind of that scene too, or of any of his other comments, or his mom. Who else seen this who might be even more vulnerable than Eric of Driven Industries was? And it's for those people I actually worry. I know my blood ran cold when I saw it, although I have developed a bit of a thicker skin over the years when it comes to online trolling, but that's just me. And like I said, I have to wonder about those more vulnerable who might have caught it. I sincerely hope they're okay. I also have to wonder if this is the way Dr. Carrie Randazzo treats her patients. Sadly, she is not the first I have encountered like her. I have done videos of my own disastrous experiences with therapists. I'm not going to go into detail. I've got videos on my channel about those experiences. You feel free to watch them. You know, when, everybody talks a good game about getting help and getting therapy and that, but what many do not talk about nearly enough, and I might be politically incorrect, but what happens when therapy is disastrous or somebody was put in an inappropriate therapy program? Somebody like Gary of Bipolar Corner, mindfulness exercises for him don't work. And apparently they do not work with anybody with PTSD. I should know, I have PTSD. In my old DBT program, we did mindfulness. No, not magic to me. So, anyways, this to say, sometimes if put into an inappropriate program, or there's a personality clash with the therapist, or the therapist is not doing their job properly, it can often cause more harm than good. I know in my case, it caused me more harm. It's also largely what set the boat for my what turned into a long-term sick leave from work into retirement. Furthermore, after I filed a complaint against her to the professional order in my province, nothing happened. They had simply told me they had made recommendations to her practice, not even a slap on the wrist. So, despite the fact that what she did went against ethics, just like I think what Dr. Randazzo did in that clip goes against ethics in her state, nothing happened. And it makes, it makes us not only maybe feel like second or third class citizens, but it further perpetuates the stigma of those who are mentally ill. It shows like being, giving us the reputation that we're crazy or we can't be relied upon or we don't have credibility. Yeah, right. Nice. As again, classy with a K. So yeah, when I saw Chris and his mom yucking it up for all to see, I was reminded of my own experience. And for that, I cannot ever forgive him for that, nor his mom. And that goes without saying. As mentioned in the first video I did regarding the Rewired Soul, I did enjoy his channel. I thought, hey, another ordinary face and a voice publicly bringing awareness and talking about his own experiences with addiction and mental illness, until he turned his channel into a soap opera of the who's who of so-called YouTube stars and pissing off a few like Trisha Paytas at the same time. I'm not going to rehash that link to that video. That will be in the description box below. Today it would appear Chris, aka the Rewired Soul's House of Cards, fell. He uploaded about 4 videos, which I like to refer to as drive-by videos, of about 2 minutes apiece, apologizing to drama and mental health YouTube communities, content creators, and he did name off a few names like Trisha Paytas, for instance, and very few others. The last of which he announces he is taking a week off. Many of his fans in the comment section are of the belief that he should take more than a week off. I agree, especially if, as he says, his mental health and sobriety are at stake. While I don't like to see people in distress or go into crisis mode, because I myself can empathize and I know what it's like to be alone, to suffer in silence, I have a lot of trouble feeling sorry for Chris right now. Like many others, I am too angry with him. Besides, he brought all this on himself. How dare you, Chris, and your mom, who is supposedly licensed, should know better. Yes, again, I saw the drive-by apologies, but I have to wonder, though, is he really contrite? I don't think he is. I'm convinced he did not realize the consequences of his actions, sacrificing mental health awareness for drama, YouTube soap opera in the name of getting videos and thus ad revenue. Furthermore, after watching L Love T video today, first time I ever watched her channel, it will be linked below as well. I have to wonder if satisfying his ego or going for the cash was always his intent since he started his channel. L Loves T video is quite an eye-opener for me. Yep. So I recommend you all watch it, as well as the other videos I will link below, of course. I only mentioned it because, again, I'm not sure that he is sincere. Blocking comments he disagrees with or blocking people even on social media. I wonder how many felt bullied by him. I mean, he never bullied me personally, but I really feel for those that he did, because I've been bullied most of my life. Yes, childhood and adult life, so I can relate. Especially those from the mental health YouTube community who had the misfortune of seeing him as late. Chris's subscribers appear to have been dropping like flies in recent days. His Instagram account appears to have been sponged. I checked earlier myself. Indeed, it's not up anymore, at least not at the time that I'm filming this video. I honestly don't know why Chris would come back, in all honesty. I would think that after all the drama he caused online again, somebody from the licensing board in the state of Nevada, where he is from, may well catch wind and may find he's a liability to the profession. In other words, one has to wonder if he scrapped his career for a few months of YouTube fame. Scrapped his career before it began, potentially. Or at least, at the very least, assuming the pertinent people, aka licensing boards or whoever issues certification of mental health, whatever committees, certifies mental health and addiction professionals in his state, they might even tell him no more social media for a while if he wants his certification. I'm pretty sure licensing certification would seriously frown on Chris's videos where he gives some kind of a type of attempt at diagnosing people or claiming he cured his own BPD when he was never diagnosed with it in the first place. Hey, his words, not mine. Leafy Greens, for example, who was left smarting after Chris tried to diagnose her so-called borderline personality disorder. She has already said that whatever early diagnosis she's had, it's been amended and she's no longer with the BPD label. It doesn't matter. Either way, even if Leafy Greens or Trisha Paytas admitted or did not admit they have borderline personality disorder, that did not give Chris the right to try to even hit at diagnosing them, especially since they did not ask him to do so. They may be public figures, particularly Trisha Paytas, who has over 4 million subscribers, I believe. They have lives, these people. And their lives, like I said in previous videos, however they appear to be online, may not be the same thing at all off the camera. Hell, even Dr. Todd Grande touched upon this in a video he uploaded, critiquing the Rewired Souls channel a few weeks back. Dr. Grande had explicitly said that even he, as a licensed professional, would not go near diagnosing anyone online. That's how delicate that kind of thing is. To put it mildly, Chris has behaved like a bull in a china shop. If he were to really contrite, he would have taken the time to put up one longer video with more thought put into it. Not 4 little drive-by videos haphazardly uploaded. The damage Chris inflicted on himself or on his channel, I believe, again, may be irreversible, at least for the foreseeable future. Hence, I don't see where he would find any point in returning. He made his bed, he must own it now. Well, that's it for now, kids. Take care of yourselves and each other. And please, be sure to check on someone who is vulnerable. Make sure they're okay and lend a sympathetic ear. You know, once you get to know someone who has a mental illness or is simply going through a difficult time, you might find that we are not much different than you are. That, in my opinion, would be one of the best ways to eliminate the stigma of mental health. It's also one of the best ways to save lives. Straight talking Fedora Chick, over and out.